Hey guys, how's it going? I am just looking for a campsite for tonight. I've been traveling around Ontario. I had some business to attend to in southern Ontario a couple days ago, so I did that, but I knew I was going to be driving around some rugged spots, so I brought my canoe. I brought a backpack full of gear. I stopped earlier today in eastern Ontario where I caught my personal best bass. The thing was enormous. I was so excited to get it. I was shaking when I was trying to lip it, but very cool there. Now I'm driving. I drove all day after that on the north end of Algonquin in Cedar Lake. I was about to get a hotel for the night because I didn't think that I was going to be able to access anything by the time I got there. But it was still open. The park office was still open. So now I'm just paddling around this really big lake. There's a pretty dramatic sky in front of me here. Just looking for a campsite. It's 7:05, so I don't have much time left, but I see a few orange flags in front of me. Go check some sites out. I got some dehydrated food. I got a tarp and a tent to sleep in. So I'll be nice and comfy tonight for this kind of impromptu camp. I have all my gear and I wanted to, just didn't think it was gonna happen. There's an orange camping sign up here. Site looks pretty decent sized. Looks like it might be a cool campsite. Might be able to access over here on this slanted rock. Like a glove. Like a glove. Perfect. Look at that. Oh no! Let's go check it out. I'm pretty sure, 99% sure I'll be staying here. Some wood already bucked up there with a bunch of birch bark. A decent flat spot up here. Yeah, this looks great. This is home for the night. Bonus. Old Faithful backpack. Had this thing forever. I didn't know what I was going to be doing when I came, so I brought a little bit of everything, but I gotta get down to my tent right now, set my tent up, get some food on because I'm starving. Hopefully get out and fish a little bit if I have time before it gets too dark. the ever lovely plane overhead. I think I'm gonna do this pizza casserole. I've never done one before, so I never dehydrated one before. We'll see how it goes. Still smells good. It was kind of on the greasy side, but pizza casserole, man, super good, cheesy. Oh, and I have Parmesan cheese to put on it too. Bonus. Where is that? Somewhere in here. Well, that has to cook out quite a bit longer. I put too much water once again, so the lid is off. It's steaming away. I checked out this little bit of wood in hopes that I could use it. It's all soaking wet. The birch bark is obviously good to go, but that is soaking wet. There is, however, from previous campers, this down pine, and I felt it and it feels pretty dry. So I have my silky saw with me as well as my boy's axe. I'm going to try and buck up a couple pieces of this. It's a decent size around for the silky, but if I only do one or two pieces, it's not going to be too much work, and I can have a little bit of a fire tonight. You can see how big it is compared to my hand. The saw, it's no small piece, but let's see how we can get along on it. I'd like to use two hands on the saw. Nope. Oh my goodness. And it is not the driest thing, as you can imagine. Okay. I gotta split it open to see how wet it is. It might not even be worth cutting another piece. It might be too wet to burn. Wow. That is solid. Yeah, it's pretty dry. I think it'll burn. I think that would burn. Okay, well, I'm probably going to get another piece off of this, but I don't want to use my saw. I think I'll buck it up with my axe real quick. My pizza casserole is about done. So I don't know if everyone knows what pizza casserole is, but basically it's macaroni noodles, ground beef, some pizza pepperoni, spaghetti sauce, and cheese, all made into a casserole. This one's done. Let's try her out. Oh man, it's a long day. Cheers. Pizza casserole style. Is that just like a poor white person thing? Pizza casserole. The pepperonis didn't rehydrate that great, and they were very greasy. It's okay. Everything's rehydrated except for those pepperonis. It's pretty greasy. Well, I probably won't do that one again, but it was worth a shot. You guys gotta check out this footage of me catching that personal best bass today. Check it out. I got something on. I fished this specific lake probably 100 times. Oh my goodness, I think it's a lake trout or a big bass. It's enormous. I've never caught a fish in here anyway, out of all the years I've been coming here. It's a fighter. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a beast of a bass. Holy bass. That's the biggest bass I've ever caught in my life. Ever, by far. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a big fish. Oh my God. Holy crap. Holy crap. This is no joke, the biggest bass I've ever caught in my whole life. Oh man. Look at the size of this thing. Man, that is a big bass. Oh man, I am stoked. I wish I had something to weigh this guy with. He's big. He's very big. Oh my goodness. I was so excited about that thing. And I fished in that lake so many times and never caught anything. So I had to drive down to near Barrie. I'm on the west. I drive around the lake, down Parry Sound Way, past Killarney, French River, Parry Sound, to Barrie, do my business. Then I want to boot over and see a buddy who I hadn't seen in a while, so I booted east over toward the Kawarthas and ended up hanging out with him, spending the night there. Like I said, hadn't seen him in over a year, since before I moved. Then had the thought of, in the morning, going back to my old shelter. So I went over near there and threw a line in and caught that bass, and it was still early, so I said, yeah, you know what, we'll keep going. So I Started going tonight, traveling today until tonight, which is now 8:09. I think it was like 6:30 or something when I first talked to you. So I did some pretty a lot of stuff in a little bit amount of time. Got my tent set up. I still have to put my sleeping bag and blow up my sleeping pad and all that, and possibly put the rainfly on. But anyways, I'm eating food. Nice night. Have firewood cut, just a little bit. Everything's right. I thought I was gonna have to end up spending the night in the hotel. Like I said, I was supposed to camp last night, and I didn't. And then I thought, oh man, I gotta get one camp in, but make the whole trip. You know what I mean? So definitely want to do this more so than spend a night in a hotel. I had to drive down a 45-minute logging road to get to here and then find a spot. But the lady at the permit center said I was one of. There was only 2 other groups out. I was the third person or group out. So there was a lot of sites to choose from. I am coming back here in a couple weeks with Buddy Mike. This is the entrance we're using, Cedar Lake entrance. And we're going to do a 6-night, 7-day trip, big trip, lots of kilometers. So it's cool to come get reacquainted with this beforehand. I drove all the way around, man. I came down from my house and did a big loop. Went through Algonquin Park, east, hung out with my buddy, came underneath Algonquin, and back up around Algonquin, going back west. Now, I did a huge loop. I drove for like 16 hours since I left my house a few days ago. I'm feeling good. I'll get back with you guys in a little bit after I'm done eating this. Well, it's dark, that's for sure. No fishing tonight, but I'll hit that up in the morning for sure. Somebody's got a fire going across the lake there. Got my firewood all prepped out. Kindling and stuff over there. Bigger pieces. And I got my birch bark in the fire pit, and the fire pit all cleaned up. So let's get this thing going. Mosquitoes are out. Surprising, it's late in the year for them. Well, didn't work out too good. There we go. That'll make a fire. The wood's kind of damp, so I really made sure to split some down good, get some other dry twigs and pieces, and not just try to burn all the damp stuff. That should burn pretty good until I get a hot bed of coals, and then I can burn the bigger damper stuff. It's almost 9. I'm not going to sit up too late, but another hour or so. You got lots of bags, lots of center zip pouches. These are all Foxlite gear pouches. This is a old Toaks titanium pouch. Food bag. Lots of handy bags. So my food's in here. We gotta get that up on a tree. So my camp, my tent is over there. The water's that way. So if I put it on maybe that tree over there, way back there, that's kind of near the water and away from my tent. Usually try to tie it on the side with the most obstructions in the way. I just heard something behind the camera. A little maybe it's just a fire. Well, I think I should get my rainfly on. Feels a little damp in the air. How about that new light? I'm real tired. I seriously have been driving all damn day. Mostly yesterday too. There you go. Lots of ventilation. Still fish in there. Some other things I like to bring in my tent, especially in the cooler weather. Starting now, it's getting pretty chilly at night. Some nice thick extra socks to change into if I feel like it when I take my other ones off. Some thin long johns. My knife. That trusty old toque, old black toque, and a puffy. And that way I have it in there. I don't have to worry about needing to come out to get something. Pretty much everything I need is in there. My water's here too. So when I get out to go to the bathroom at night, I normally have to pee a bunch. I'll just stick my kneel outside of this and pee out right outside of it. So that's why I put my my sit pad there. Then again, sometimes if I need to prop myself up, I'll use that too, somewhere underneath my pad. Alright. And of course, need to bring you guys. Camera comes in as well with the tripod. This is all a tight squeeze, but it works. And I really like this little tent. It's been around the block. Okay, time to get situated. Well, I got a pretty flat lay here, pretty comfortable. falling asleep just laying here, so I want to head to bed. I'll get with you guys in the morning. We're not going to get out of here too early. Get up, make some breakfast, paddle around and fish a bit. I still think I have about a 6-hour drive home, plus the about 45 minutes it took down the logging road to get here. But yeah, we're not going to rush anything in the morning. We'll chill out. I think I'm going to be in for a very good night's sleep. I'm super exhausted. It's been an extremely long day, like I've been saying. So you guys have a good night, or whatever time of day you're watching this. I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Very nice sky this morning. Purples and reds and oranges. Up behind me, it's all black. This is what I caught my bass beast on yesterday. It's a deep diving CC shad, and this one looks like a perch. If you watched my top 3 fishing lures video, you'll know that the other one to this, a different colored one, more neutral colored, was one of my best lures in woodland caribou. I caught tons of walleye, a few lake trout, and a bunch of pike on it. Very good lure. So anyway, we'll drop this right down. Way down. This is a big deep lake and there's a bunch of different fish in here. See if we get anything. If not, we'll try and fish some small spinners or spoons at the river. That's the mouth of the Petawawa. If you remember correctly, Doug and I crossed Algonquin Park from west to east maybe 2 years ago now, something along those lines. And the Petawawa is the river that we used, and we caught a bunch of trout in that river, so that's promising. This is an access lake, so it has boat usage, motorboat usage, so who knows? Who knows how fished it is. But that lake that I caught that bass in yesterday was motorboat use as well. It's been fished out like crazy and I still got him, so we shall see. Yeah, it's full-blown raining now. This is a lot farther of a paddle than I thought it was. I gotta put my big camera away underneath my jacket or something. I should have brought a bag or my rain gear, but I didn't realize it was going to rain and how far this is going to be. I'm almost there now. It doesn't even look like, I can't hear moving water at all, so it's probably just a trickle, especially at this time of year. But we're a couple hundred yards out, so just go check it out and then get back to the camp pretty quick, cook up breakfast, and get this camera out of the wet, out of the rain. found the river. It is shallow, wow. Let's get in there. Oh, there's a carcass. There's a carcass. Yeah, I'm gonna fish this. I'm gonna fish in here. I'm gonna switch off to a lightweight spoon or some spinners. We'll fish this a bit. And then we'll go check out this carcass over here. What is this? A moose? Just the hide, some bones, a little bit of fur. All that's left of Mr. Moose. Alright, well, this water is very shallow in here. I'm gonna just go over to that corner over there, try that, and then dip on back. It's raining for reals. A little loon friend. Yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. I know. There's my camp. I am drenched, man. My boat's starting to fill up with water and everything. It's not gonna stop today. I got my tent out. I'm gonna get it all put away and everything. Cook up some breakfast still. I seem to have broken the viewfinder on the back, my LCD screen. I don't understand how. I'm just not getting any picture through it. I hope it's not from this little bit of rain that it got on it before I covered it up. This is my Nikon. My Canon took way more abuse than that. My Canon went in the Great Slave Lake and still worked. So I'm hoping that that's just not going to work for now. But that's kind of disheartening. I can look through the eyepiece and see that it's still working, but I can't see anything on the back. I got to get out of here. I'm drenched, man. It's freaking raining. Look, I left my my vestibule open and everything. I obviously didn't expect it to rain just yet. All right. You can see where my tent was, where the dry patch is. I was gonna make oatmeal and hang out for a bit, but with my camera messed up like that, I can still film, but it's like impossible, man. I can't ever tell if I'm in frame or what's going on. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna grab a granola bar out of the bag and eat it up before this paddle across. I'll keep you with me. I'll get to the car, and I got a long drive today anyway, so yeah, this won't be the end. I just gotta get out of here real quick. I'm soaked. So I'm just paddling out here thinking, it's actually not too bad paddling in the rain. I don't mind it. I'm soaked to the bone, but I got this extra layer on now, and I'm creating this like microclimate of warmth underneath. But I'm just thinking that because my car is like a 20-minute paddle up that way. You know what I mean? As soon as I get out of the lake, my car is right there. I've got this down to a science, packing this thing up. So I'll be out of the rain in a matter of a half an hour, 40 minutes. I'll have dry clothes on and be driving home. But think of the times, But what if this wasn't that? What if this is your first day and you were just starting, the first day of a 5-day travel all day type thing? It's not like you just get to a camp in a half an hour and set up in the morning and sit there and do nothing. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? And if you plan a trip here in Algonquin, you need to stick to your game plan and travel to where you say you're going to. And I've done that. There's videos, multitude of videos of it raining. Maybe not necessarily on the first day, a couple of those on the first day, but of it raining second day, halfway through the trip or whatever, like this, and you know it's going to rain all day. This isn't warm weather anymore, as you can see. It's in the 50s Fahrenheit, and what is it like? Fifteen degrees Celsius, something like that. Anyways, it's not warm, so you have to be prepared. I should have been wearing my rain gear, even just the way it looked this morning. Should have at least had it with me, but again, I was just paddling across the lake. But yeah, you got to be prepared. A tarp, rain gear, extra. I like to wear, when it's this type of weather and raining all day and I know I'm paddling in it, I like to wear rain pants, and then long johns underneath, because your rain pants are going to soak through when you're sitting, when you're paddling all day. So they all get wet, but then the long johns keep me warm while I'm wet. And then when I get to camp, I'll have a second pair of long johns, and lately a thin like nylon pair of pants as well. And then you have your tarp, you set it up, preferably over top of the fire. Get some firewood if you can. Split some stuff down, try to get to the inner stuff, the inner dry wood, and then start a fire slowly and get it going so you can dry out your stuff. And maybe sleep with some of your wet gear in the bottom of your sleeping bag. Don't wear it, but keep it in the bottom of your sleeping bag so it stays warm and starts to dry out a little bit. It gets a bit humid in there, but next morning it's always a plus. And then usually within a couple days, the sun comes back out and it's glorious. But I have a video of a 5-day trip I did, high distance every day, and it didn't stop raining for more than maybe a couple hours throughout those whole 5 days. And I was alone trying to catch fish. Oh, it was endearing. Look back on it with an endearing type of feeling, but at the time it was hard work. Anyway, still got a ways to paddle before I get to the takeout. Well, as you can see, I'm back in the truck. Just changed out all my wet stuff off. Oh, it's always good to bring a change of clothes in the car, especially if you have a long drive to go. There's no way I would have wanted to do that drive soaking wet. Yeah, look, I'll show you. So, camera's on. Oh, it works now. Thank God. It just wasn't coming on at all before. Anyway. Oh, man. My mic got soaked too. That's okay, everything will dry out. I got a big old long 45-minute drive down some logging roads before I get out to a backcountry highway. So, we'll do that. Maybe find a Tim Hortons. I ate a couple granola bars. Excuse me. Alright. Let's go. Oh, I'm freezing. Kiddo's back in school now. I never even got her out camping once this summer. The bugs were a big deterrent for her, and there was lots of stuff going on, but we're gonna take some time to get out for a couple nights this fall. It's crazy. This is like maybe September 7th, 6th, something like that. And it's cold and very fall-like already. The colors are starting to change up home and down here. So I'm sure that the fall will come and go too quick, just like always. But even if I have to take her out of school for a couple days to get some camping in, that's totally fine too. Let's get out of here. The baby's probably old enough now to start taking out. Maybe I'll do a whole family camp with my big canoe. That'd be kind of fun and exciting with Tripper in the canoe. Oh, no air conditioning today. People all camped all in here. So there's some ranger cabins you can rent here apparently, instead of camping, which is suitable for some people. I like to do that too when I have the family, I'm being honest. This isn't the way out. I just thought I'd come down here. There's a store. Maybe there's some bathrooms. That'd be nice if there was a little privy. This is the access Kyle and I used excuse me, when we did our big Algonquin trip in the fall, like 3 or 4 years ago. Something like that. Oh, am I going the wrong way? Is there no store anymore? Alright, I'm turning around. There's the store. The old store. Well, that was quite funny. I went into the store and talked to Jake and a couple of other guys, and they came out and were oogling over my pack boat, lots of questions, and seemed to be very interested in it. The funny part about that is when Kyle and I did that trip maybe 3 years ago to the Brent store, we talked to Jake, the old timer Jake, about it, and he was trying to sell us on not getting them, and that was the trip that Kyle bought one on the way home. He's trying to talk us out of them. So, my, how the tables have turned in about 3 years. Anyways, good trip. I'm gonna drive home now. I got about 6 hours to go. So I'm gonna end it here. Got a rainy day, but it's not so bad. I'll see you guys soon with new videos. Take care.